Man, what's good with my people out there, man? It's your round. Pack Boy Dolo tapping back in with another episode of Around the Clock Thinker Show. Man. And I ain't sipping nothing today. And then right now, I've been in flow mode. But I just want to say shout out to my people out there. I hope your life is good. I hope everything is just going how you want it to go. Going how you need it to go at least. And if it's not, go check out the previous show I just dropped on how to remain sturdy and steady. It's heavy stuff, man. It's really help you. It'll help you understand how to move when it seems like things are not going how they need to go. You know what I'm saying? The show is always brought to you by the Treeway Winterwear Collection. And don't worry, I'm gonna be printing out more drips, so I'll be rocking it more often on the near future shows. You know what I'm saying? Here in the near future, I'll be rocking it more often. But you can go cop yours on the website, the official website link. The link is in the description, man. Also, this is like a draft copy. This is a first draft copy. It doesn't even have the cover on it, but this is my booklet, man. They're pretty much understanding the basics of a more peaceful life, man. This is in digital form. You can go into the link in the description on the official website link and take it to the PayHelp site. You can get this right here you can get the digital copy of this, actually. You know what I'm saying? For $0. It'll be in your email within 2 minutes, man. It's practical, straightforward information that, it gets straight to the point, and it'll help your life, man. It'll help you in your life. The audiobook will be dropping around Christmas this year, so y'all be on the lookout for that audiobook too. This is going to be repurposed, so don't worry about clicking on the Amazon link. I'm gonna get that booklet removed, and I'm gonna repurpose this. It's gonna be more like this size. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be smaller. And this right here is the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. Yeah, man, make sure y'all check that out, man. Get on top of that. The PDF file, you know what I'm saying? And download the digital ebook right here of this right here. You can download the digital ebook right now. Link is in the description. Hit the PayHelp link, man. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, look, man. Oh yeah, shout out to Opus Clips. Is also a link in the description for them. If you do podcasts or you do any type of long form content and you want to chop it down and you want it to look nice and professional, as far as your clips, your YouTube shorts or your Instagram shorts. If you need to clip up long form material, click on that Opus link. And Opus Clips, that'll get you right. I think the first month is like free, then after that it's like $15 or something like that a month. Super easy, super straightforward. Shout out to Opus, man. I've been using them for a while now. But today, man, look, I wanted to talk about something, and this is gonna be another freestyle show, just like the one I just dropped. Being sturdy, remaining sturdy and steady. This is gonna be another freestyle show, and I want to talk about something that's, I feel like It's obvious, but it's overlooked a lot. You did. Let me see if I can get this instant lit. It's obvious, but it's overlooked. And the reason why it's overlooked, I feel like, is because everybody does it. Or most people do it. Most people do it. I'm gonna put it that way. Most people conform and fall into the same pattern that everybody else falls into. The pattern and the program of victimhood, being a victim. Is more people in line of being a victim compared to the people in line that's willing to hold themselves accountable. You see what I'm saying? %100%. It's way more people in the line of they're the victim than it is the people in the line is willing to hold themselves accountable. Now, why is that? I'm gonna tell you why. Here's why. It's because this simple fact right here. Hold on. Okay. It's because of this simple fact right here. Right. It takes more guts to hold yourself accountable and be real. It's easier to be a victim. Understand? Listen to what I just said now. It's way more challenging and difficult to hold yourself accountable versus just being a victim. Hey, that person did me wrong, and that's all there is to it. Is nothing that says, you know what, let me take a step back and examine myself. Let me reflect on what I may have done wrong. Most people, they're not willing to do that because, for one, like I said, it's difficult. For two, it takes maturity to do that. Most people are very immature. On top of that, they're always most likely thinking of themselves. You see what I'm saying? So, if you're dealing with somebody who don't want to take accountability for any wrongdoing that they have done or may have done, and they always hold themselves in a victim position, and you know what? Another thing that they'll do is this. They'll act like the shit never happened. They'll act like nothing ever happened. Why? Because it's difficult to have those type of conversations. It's difficult to nip shit in the bud. When shit hits the fan, they run, duck, and hide. You know what I'm saying? And stay over there. And when they know they've done something wrong, but they're unwilling to admit it for whatever reason, they run, duck, and hide, and they stay over there. So really, most people will delete themselves out of your life, all because they're afraid to hold themselves accountable. And that's okay. That's meant to be. That's perfect. That's God looking out for you. They're deleting themselves out of your life because they're afraid to hold themselves accountable due to their wrongdoing. And of course, it's not about who's right. It's about what's right. And if something that they did wasn't right, it was immoral, there was a underlying motive or underlying intention or underlying emotion that caused them to act in a specific way towards you. And then when it became clear to you and you called it out, and you're like, yeah, man, I'm going over here. Because what you just did right there, I saw that. And I'm not tripping. I saw that. I called you out on it. And you'll just continue to stay in denial. You'll rather continue to stay in denial than to step to the plate and say, you know what, my bad. My bad. I fucked up. You right. You right about that. I should have not done that. And that's my fault. You know what I'm saying? I had this going on or that going on, and it caused me to move a certain way, and it's my bad. And I'm aware of my wrongdoing. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to forgive me if you don't want to. I understand. But I just wanted to bring it to you and let you know that I'm aware of it and that's my fault. And I feel you coming from on that. Because if somebody was to do that to me, like vice versa, if you was to do that to me, I would feel some type of way about that. You know what I'm saying? But when they lack the ability to hold themselves accountable, they also lack empathy. You can't empathize. You can't put yourself in someone else's shoes when you're always the victim and you continuously hold yourself in the victim position. You're comfortable there. So it's no way that you're going to be willing to step outside of your ego and put yourself in another person's shoes and say, hey, if that would have happened to me, right? If they would have done that to me, how would I feel? How would I react? In reality, man, there's only two type of people. It's the people that hold themselves accountable and they address shit. And look, even if they weren't, though, like they genuinely did feel like they were wrong in the situation, they're still able to come to some kind of conclusion and come forth with some type of conversation and be like, yo, look, hey, I know you mentioned it, but let's talk about that, because I don't feel like I was in the wrong, and here's why. You see what I'm saying? That's still being accountable, because you're not leaving shit on the table unsettled. You're not just running, ducking, and hiding from what needs to be talked about. You see what I'm saying? Now, on the other hand, if you're the type of person that's dealing with somebody who's always the victim, who's afraid to hold themselves accountable, it makes sense for you to get away from them. And in very rare cases, yes, you should get away from a person. But if someone has made an accusation, or they say, hey, look, you did this, I didn't like that, then if you're an accountable person, if you're a mature person, if you're a person of morals and codes, then you're gonna grab what they're telling you. You're gonna grab what they're giving you and properly examine it, genuinely examine it, and say what you really want to say. You're gonna have empathy when you examine it, and you're gonna say, hey, look, man, look, you're gonna go have a conversation. Hey, look, I know what you meant by that, or I see, you know what I'm saying, how I came at you when I said that. I shouldn't have worded it that way, and I want you to know that I didn't necessarily mean it in the way that it came off. I didn't mean it that way. You know what I'm saying? Or, hey, look, I know what you said about how I said this. I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, I can't agree with that. I have to agree to disagree because I mentioned it like this, and here's why. Accountability, stepping to the plate, having some ownership, having some dignity, not running, ducking, and hiding, facing up to whatever the situation is that presents itself. Because look, most people just not willing to do that. And it's very difficult to do that. It's difficult to call somebody who's mad at you about something that you did. Or it's difficult to have, schedule a sit down with them and sit in front of them and have the conversation. Have some dialogue about whatever matter is at hand. That's the hard part. The easy part is to run, duck, and hide. Is to say, well, you know what? If they gonna accuse me of this, and if they gonna move like this, then, fuck them. Like, I ain't do nothing wrong, so it don't matter. But who is that? And on top of that, who is this person to you? Because sometimes it be somebody who been there for you, gave you heavy game, spent much time trying to correct your thinking, listening to your problems, spent much time being moral to you, being a righteous person to you. And when they call you out on your bullshit, you just go run, duck, and hide? You can't face up? You can't step up to the plate? Huh? Just talking to the man, you can't be a man and just, you know what I'm saying? Reach out, hey, yo, look, man, I know this went like this, man, that's my bad, dog. And not be passive about it too, be direct. Don't try to act like the shit didn't happen. Don't do that. Address it. Say, look, man, I'm gonna talk to you. Let's have a conversation about this specific matter. I know what you said. I heard what you said. Let's rap about that. Let's sit down, grab some espresso, and chop it up about this shit. Like, let's go into detail. Let's dig in. Let's really examine the situation Let's hear each other's side. Let's come to a conclusion. Don't leave it undone. Don't leave it unraveled like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you fucking with a real solid person, if you leave it unraveled like that and you run, duck, and hide, it's gonna stay that way. And in that case, you lost a valuable party. Somebody who's valuable to you and who's loyal. And loyalty is hard to find. It's hard to find somebody who's loyal. It's hard to find somebody who has dignity and respect for themselves, therefore respect for others. And they have the hard conversations. They're willing to have the hard conversation. They're willing to deal with the truth. It's hard to find people like that. That's why I'm making this video, because I'm encouraging you that if you take more accountability, or you deal with somebody who take more accountability, then you're in a rare space. So you should take advantage of that and learn from that person and grow in that way. Grow in that area of becoming more accountable and less of a victim. Because that shit trickles down into everything in your life. If you're a victim to somebody who call you out on your bullshit, you're gonna be a victim to your kids. You're gonna be a victim to life. When life comes slap you on the back of the head, and it will. When life come through and shove you out the way and push you on the ground, and it will, you're gonna be a victim instead of having some resilience and being willing to get your ass back up and keep going and understand and taking accountability and saying, you know what? I put myself in this position. I'm here because of me, because of my decisions. I'm here because I did this, and then that led to that, and then that led to this. And I'm here now, and you know what? I'm not even going to be a victim. I'm going to take accountability. I'm going to do what I have to do to get myself out of this situation, or I'm going to face it head on, whatever I got to do, but I'm not running from it. I'm not going to be a victim. Because sometimes in life forces you to take accountability. You can't be a victim no more. You have to look yourself in the damn mirror. Listen, for years I used to drink and drive. For years I would go up and down the highway drinking and driving. I'm all in other states, nigga, with a beer in the console. I got a beer right here. I got a beer in the cup holder, a beer in the console. You know what I'm saying? Box on the floor. Just happily doing this shit. Look, I did it for years. I got away with it for years. You know what I'm saying? When shit hit the fan and I finally got a DUI, I couldn't do nothing but look myself in the mirror. I couldn't do shit but say, you know what? I shouldn't have been doing that. I knew better. I should have not been. It's clearly a law that goes against that. It's clearly a law that states if you get pulled over with alcohol in the car, or you're impaired and the police give you a breathalyzer or whatever, you will get a DUI. In the state I'm in, you get 3 or 4. It's a felony. You damn near, I think you gotta do prison time or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You get your license, look, you get your license taken from you In some people cases, they get their whole livelihood taken from them because they drive for a living. So when they're drinking and driving, knowing that they drive for a living, knowing that they get caught, they'll get their license taken, meaning that they will no longer be able to provide for themselves in that specific way. And what if they love to drive? What if they loved providing for themselves by driving? They loved driving for a living. But now you got to do some other shit that forces you to take accountability, that forces you to look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I fucked up. I fucked up. Yes, I did. I did it. I fucked that up. I was drinking. I was driving. I fucked around with speed. And all it takes is one time to slip up. Like I said, I was drinking and driving for years comfortably. I felt like I was the type of motherfucker that could be drunk and drive better. I felt like my driving got better. There wasn't shit but the alcohol giving me liquid courage, you know what I'm saying? Giving me artificial courage. License got taken. Basically couldn't get caught driving for a whole ass year. You know what I'm saying? Got the license back, had to retest for that. Had to take the damn written exam, had to take the motherfucker all over again. First time when I was taking it, trying to get my license back, failed it. Failed the motherfucking exam. I failed the motherfucker. I had to come back the next day and take it again. I passed it the second time though. But then when I got my license back, I said, you know what, man? I don't plan to pick up the drink anymore. Because once you become a drinker like that, man, it's no just having one. It just doesn't work like that. You always end up saying you only have one and then just going down a whole ass rabbit hole of more than one. You know what I'm saying? So, take accountability for whatever that may be. Just hold yourself accountable. Let's keep it 100. Don't be a victim. And that alone it'll improve your life. It'll improve the quality of your relationships. It'll improve your confidence in yourself, your trust in yourself and who you are, because you'll know you're not a phony. Because in reality, we know what we know about ourselves. And if you're a bullshit person, in reality, you know that about yourself. You just don't care. Low key. You just rather be a bullshit person because that's all you know how to be. You don't know how to be a real motherfucker. Being a real one takes continuous examination of each moment, every moment, and going back, looking at situations. Damn, I spaced out right there. Spazzed out a little bit right there, man. Reached back into the old ways. I gotta re-examine. I gotta readjust. I can't. You being diligent and vigilant is a motherfucker, and that's what being real takes. You know what I'm saying? Being a real motherfucker takes that. It takes constant examination of you and others, and not letting shit slide, checking everything, having difficult conversations. opening your mind, opening your heart to, what's real and reality. And like I said in the last video, how, most of us, we cloak reality with fantasy. And we live like that. But I tell you one thing about a fantasy. That motherfucker may be delicate, beautiful in the moment. But if it's a lie, it's gonna catch up with you. You'll eventually realize that you was fantasizing. And you wasn't being realistic. You see what I'm saying? So shit, if that's how you wanna live, then go right ahead. You have shit, man. Have at it. But I'd rather deal with what's real. I'd rather deal with reality. I'd rather deal with the truth. I'd rather process and draw up plays based off fact. Based off fact and not fantasy. Man, it's your round, Pat Boy Dolo checking out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man. Oh yeah, by the way, man, look, the free consultations are still available. You just hit me in the email, KeonJamarcus20@gmail.com. KeonJamarcus20@gmail.com. Or you can email packboydolostaff@gmail.com. That's PACKBOYDOLOSTAFF@gmail.com, man. Get your free consultation. You can chop it up with me for like an hour. Throw all your scenarios and questions and problems at me, man. A whole hour for free, man. And I'll get you right in what I don't know. And I don't know everything. So it may be something that come left field, and I'm like, whoa, nigga, listen, I've never even witnessed anything like that. I've never been through it personally, but I can find the answer for you, and I'll go find the answer for you, and then I'll get right back with you. You know what I'm saying? Even if I had to go pay for the game, I'll go pay for the game and get right back with you on that and get you right. You know what I'm saying? Give you the play so you can win. But yeah, man, like I said, it's your round, Pat Boy Dolo checking out. Peace.